In 1997, an early playable demo of the first sequel of the now gigantic Pokemon franchise was unveiled. The early form of Pokemon Gold and Silver was full of monster designs that otherwise never saw the light of day. That is until May of 2018, when an anonymous user suddenly released the ROMs of the demo online. The data was mined to reveal some of these lost treasures. And on that note, we've decided to put together a list of the top 10 Pokemon that were designed but held back and were likely to never have been released. But of course, just before we do go into the video, if you do like this type of content and you would like to see some more top 10s, be sure to hit that subscribe button and of course, like this video. And all of that said, let's just get straight to it. These are our top 10 Pokemon that were designed but were never released. Number 10. Coutour family. This adorable striped family of tigers were originally created to be included in the very first generation games of Pokemon. The base Pokemon Coutour translates directly to baby tiger and was a pure electric type Pokemon. Its evolution, Raitora, translates to thunder tiger and was set to evolve at level 35. Beta assets have been leaked for both this Gen 1 appearance and its intended Gen 2 inclusion, but unfortunately it was cut on both occasions. Sadly, little is known about the Coutour's final evolution, with not even a name or a sprite that's available, but its evolutionary progression and appearance are undeniably similar to the official Gen 1 Pokemon fans know and love. Number 9. Gorichu. It may be surprising for fans to learn that Pikachu was always meant to have another evolution, and originally the evolution was named Gorichu, which was intended to look strong, with horns and fangs, and an appearance similar to a god of thunder. The reason Gorichu was cut due to the cartridge space, as Game Boy cartridges were notoriously small, and it wasn't only the second evolution cut either. Unfortunately, the only thing that was uncovered was the back sprite of Gorichu in the 2019 leak published by Helix Chamber. Because of this, the true appearance of Gorichu is sadly unknown, with the art in this picture being more mere fan speculation. Number 8. Sui. The Space World demo had many Pokemon that made it into the final version of the game, albeit with major changes along the way. One such change was the design of the legendary Pokemon Suicune, seen in the picture, with its original demo design compared to its official art. The demo's version was named Sui, translating as water in English. Sui's design, which is a recreation based on the in-game sprite, has much less purple than the final Suicune, with this version arguably being cuter than what fans actually got, but majestic is perhaps more fitting for this legendary. Number 7. Konya. The Coutour family wasn't the only Pokemon victim of being cut twice. That unfortunate fate also happened to Konya, the original first stage of what is now known as the Meowth family. Somewhat reminiscent of baby Pokemon, this cute cat translates to either Coin Meow or Baby Meow. Konya was created for Gen 1, only to be cut twice, the second time being in Gold and Silver. It was a normal type and would have evolved into Meowth at level 14. This one is a real shame, considering how cool and cute this beta design is, although it may have overshadowed Meowth in popularity. Number 6. Taban. The Lost demo revealed the sprites of these Pokemon, and the first Pokemon is named Taban, which is clearly based on the shell of a horned turban snail. But more than that, it's obviously a standalone Pokemon for the form of Shelder attached to a Slowbro's tail. It's unclear if it's a separate evolution for Shelder, or if it would have been a branching evolution of Slowpoke instead. Number 5. Twins. The unused design for Twins is reminiscent of Ghastly, a little conjoined ghostly orb surrounded by a strange pink fog. Although this Pokemon isn't a ghost type, in fact it was a dual dark and normal type Pokemon, perhaps representing some kind of good-evil split. This Pokemon looks fun and mischievous, and as such their evolution probably would have been very controversial. Judging by the picture, Twins was originally the pre-evolved form of Beta Giraffaric, with 2 fully developed heads. The light-dark contrast is more evident in Giraffaric's design, although it's unclear why exactly these spirits would turn into a 2-headed giraffe. Number 4. Norara. Norara is a little wolven-shaped bear doll that someone apparently made to curse someone else. It isn't just based on a voodoo doll, they even went that extra yard and shoved a massive iron nail right through the middle of its body. But worry not, as its face is still smiling. It began trying to evolve into its second form, Kionpan, as early as level 2, but would only learn its devastating signature move at level 99, forcing trainers to repeatedly deny this tormented spirit its freedom to unlock it. This Pokemon seems to be based on both a panda bear and a kind of Chinese hopping vampire known as Jiangxi. Number 3, Beta Scizor. This one's conflicting because the final version of Scizor has that sleek red exoskeleton that really makes it pop and better conveys its steel typing. But elements of Beta Scizor are also really cool. It not only keeps the great draconic shape of Scyther's head, but also emphasizes the false eyes on its claws, making the entire design feel more threatening and organic. The through line of Scyther to Scizor is easier to follow between the evolutions. Maybe if they had colored the Beta Scizor red, we could have had the best of both worlds. Number 2, Beta Pichu. While some think that Game Freak simply made a mistake, admittedly there's nothing inherently wrong with the final version of Pichu. Of course it's pretty cool, but obviously we were meant to get an Orb Pichu with its weird little flipper limbs and charming blank expression. The final version of Pichu feels like another attack against Fat Pikachu, which Game Freak has gradually been stealing from us generation to generation. Number 1, Wolfman. This Pokemon is very cool looking, with some indistinct being, with unnerving glowing eyes, all wrapped up in the disembodied pelt of a wolf-like creature. The name implies it is some kind of werewolf Pokemon, which leaves it open to interpretation exactly what Pokemon is lurking underneath all that fur. It's both cute and spooky at the same time, and its evolution, Warwolf, loses some of that unique charm in the glowing eyes, but it gives it larger tusks and claws to make it an imposing furry monster. And so there you pretty much have it. Those were our top 10 Pokemon that were designed but were never actually released. So what did you think of our list? Do you know of any more Pokemon that were designed and never actually released that should have made this list? Or perhaps you would change some of the Pokemon that were on this list into a different order? If so, do let us know your thoughts and opinions in the comment section below. I would love to hear it. And of course, not forgetting that if you do like this type of content and you would like to see some more top 10 videos, be sure to hit that subscribe button and of course, like this video. I'll also leave some videos at the end of this video if you would like to check them out, including some more Pokemon related content. Thanks very much for watching guys, and I will see you all next time.